Hello and welcome to the PMQ live update for March. Where are we today? No, it's April 4th. April 4th. We're here with the great Ali Haider of 786 degrees in Sun Valley, California, Los Angeles, if you will. Ali, say hi to the world.
Yo, what's up, y'all?
As always, class act. Ali's doing some great stuff out there. He's got some great pizzas, but it is a wood-fired establishment, so he's had to make a lot of adjustments in this new situation. So, Ali, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, but jump right into what, the first thing you had to adapt and kind of how it's evolved. There's a lot of little topics not little topics, but a lot of topics we're going to touch on today. So we're going to bust right through it.
Hello, everybody. This is Chef Faziola Ali, and family people just like you guys. And God bless. We started a little journey about 5 years back, from mobile catering. I flew to Naples, came back, designed the oven, started my journey from there. We have the first location for about 4 years now, 4.5-ish. Then we got the second one about maybe almost 9 months into two completely different cities. So life is beautiful, buddy. It's a blessing. And I'll start answering your question. When was the first time I came to know about it? So when it first hit me, kind of thing. So when this Corona thing started happening, so of course I was getting the idea. We could feel it at the restaurant too. You can see me, bud?
Yes, we can still see you. I'm just showing them your beautiful logo.
So at the restaurant, we kind of got that little feeling, when we felt like a wave. Believe it or not, when it first started hitting us, the sales started going up. So of course, as a business person, you're like, you know what, this is kind of awesome. And then all of a sudden, when it hit me, when I got really serious about it, when my kids' school, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they said, we dropped the school kids, and they called us. They're like, no, take the kids back, and we're going to shut the schools down. I'm like, wow, what? Really? Is that serious? I mean, it doesn't hit you until then, right? So as soon as that happened, and I'm talking about the time was maybe like, we dropped the kids at 7:30-ish, 8, and then maybe at 9:30, they called all the parents back. And then I said, what? So luckily for us, we don't live that far. So I picked the kids up, and that's when I called my wife. Oh my God, it's serious. Let's get to Ralph, which is like a little shopping area, a shopping center, or grocery store. So we all rushed there, and by the time we got there, there was already a long line going in. And that really, really surprised us. And on the spot, luckily for me, I was predicting this happening. So I had already ordered my flour, like the main stuff, right? So I said, you know what, if this happens, people will definitely come for food. So I even pizza boxes. So the scare was like, oh my God, my pizza box might be made in China. So I don't know if they're going to stop them coming in. So what can I do? So I called my distributor. I said, double up the stack. Everything literally doubled it up. And that way I was safe. And then, of course, for shopping, and since we only eat halal, that was crazy. So I had to run around trying to find the halal stuff. And everybody was panicking, and even my team. So I already let my team know, hey, if you're in need of cash, any money, make sure your family's safe. Don't worry about it. Let me know. I'll issue you a check or something. In other words, go shop, whatever you have to do, make your family secured, and we'll talk about it later.
Well, that's another topic I hadn't even thought of. I mean, because again, your food is just so magnificent, you don't even think that it is halal, And that's again, it's something you don't advertise, if nobody asks. If they do, of course, you let them know. But how is that? I mean, there are other places out there being halal that, how is that? The distributors of those kind of products, have they been affected? Is it harder to get those types of products for yourself?
Yeah, but it's because it's so unique. There are not many distributors who could manage that and who could come in. There are a lot of certifications issue with it. And luckily for me, I actually have like a butcher guy, and that's what he does. He supplies all the halal meat to a bunch of different mosques and all those, people looking for it. But surprisingly, his main clientele is the Latino community. So that says like 80%, because they feel it's so fresh and all that good stuff. Well, so I had to call him on, and he had to double up his orders. And just because we can just get all the meats and everything and get it prepared, and because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. And there was a scare that might be the restaurants might be closed 100%, or they might be open. So it was like, let's say, a lot of like what's going to happen, like a scarcity in the market. And but now, God bless, it's been about maybe a week, 10 days. Now people are kind of getting used to it. They kind of not chilling out. They're still concerned, and they know that many people, even my staff, they don't know exactly what this is. So I had to have a little meeting, try to explain them the seriousness of what's happening. And I have to take the bullet too, because first, even I wasn't taking like 100% serious, as but then when I studied into it, knowledge is power, so I had to gain as much as knowledge as possible, so keep my team safe, and then hopefully they can keep their family safe. Because majority, they were like, oh no, it's just a government thing, or, you know, just like how it happens. But once they realized, oh my God, this is that serious. And for me, we have to keep safe. And then of course the guests coming in, they have to be safe. And now I feel that it's a little bit more controlled because I can trust my team because they know what's up. I don't have to like remind them again and again. They themselves are trying to do as much as possible. Sanitization wise, cleaning the restaurant spick and span, and how to kind of keep the distance and all that stuff. So if they're healthy, everybody's healthy, and they respect that.
Yeah, and then when the first time I got to actually come out and visit your place, you had that one little shop, your original location, very small, only like what 6-7 seats, and it was mostly takeout.
Yes.
But I mean, that's and then you open the second location, larger, that did have a dining facility, but you are wood fired, 100% wood fired, VPN certified, or you've taken the classes, you've gone through all the schooling, you've got the knowledge.
Exactly.
How did you have to adapt wood fire to kind of a curbside or more of a takeout? You already kind of did takeout, but
right.
First adaptation you had to do on that?
Well, it was a learning curve, right? Okay, so this is what exactly happened. Now, my little business, which has 3 tables, right? Luckily, in default for me, compared to both the locations, this one, even though it's I'm one of those guys, you know, hey, you got to try the pizza first, even before you pay, and all the good stuff, right? So in other words, encouraging people as much as possible that you have to enjoy the pizza with us, even though there are 2 tables, people will wait in line and come and sit and enjoy it. Done. And pay only when we are satisfied that we made them happy. Until then, we keep on making different pizzas. So it's craziness. Well, so all that beauty of all that magic had to go away. And I really, really needed an idea of what I can do next. Let me see.
I just sent you a video request. You kind of went out there. We can still hear you though. So
yeah, super.
That's good. There we go.
So that started happening. The quickest way I did it, luckily for me in the little restaurant, many people, because they wouldn't have much space, like I called them my homie customer, you know, that repeats. So they would just call in, place an order, and they were trained to come and pick up a couple of pizzas, bunch of pizzas, and take it home. So they were already trained. So that was awesome because they kept on coming. They had no difference whatsoever. They're not going to enjoy the pizza with us. They know how to reheat it and all that good stuff. They live close by. That was done. So the issues I was having with the new customers. So I did feel like a fluctuation of sales because all my repeat customers were continuously coming in fact, supporting me as much as possible. But my new guys, since they thought if you dine in, and they started shying away. But still, my little first location is still doing way stronger than my second one. Second one, on the other hand, because my biggest issue, I call it the happy problem, was less space to sit. Second one, that's all I promoted. I didn't want people to take any pizzas home. Like all this time, I worked so hard for the last 9 months on my second location, which is in the city of Pasadena, that, hey, you want to enjoy the pizza with us? Of course. I worked hard to get all the space with the huge patio. I want you guys have to have the pizzas in front of me. So people were trained that way. That was fine. We would get packed up, the whole restaurant, maybe about 20 tables all packed up. Now, because they were so designed that, hey, if we have to have pizza to go, the other places are the ones. If you want to have the pizzas in-house, like consume it right there, South Florida 76, which is the location, that's going to be the one. That backfired big time because people are not trained. So when that happened, it just, went down. So then I had to retrain people. I'm like, hey, you know what? It's not that bad. Maybe you can take the pizzas home this time, So I'm working in that process, and slowly people are getting it, and it's getting better and better. It's a learning process, buddy. But there are a lot of changes I did because we are known for the wood fire. So we still have wood fire. Now, would you like me to mention all the changes I did, bud?
Well, yeah. I mean, no. We're kind of going, just kind of progressing naturally. I mean, you're one of those people that I like how you say we're not going to charge you for your first pizza, but you have to eat it here. A lot of people don't do carry out for wood fire because it's best eaten hot, fresh, right there. Now, I know you were talking about this is kind of going to be an all-involved question. But reheating instructions and stuff like that. But I mean, I wanted to jump on to like the pizza kits. You started doing pizza kits early on, which are good. And that's tricky because a lot of wood fires, you can't do a pizza kit because you can't cook it at home. So you adapted that. And there was a little flair you put in there for the kids. But I think also you gave them reheating instructions, which I really liked. It's one of those things where it's like, well, I'm going to give you a par bake, but this is how you have to cook it. So, I mean, why don't you expand on that pizza kit, all those little topics right there?
Sure. So what started happening with the pizza kit idea, right? So I came up with this idea, like, yeah, of course, how are people going to cook at home? So how I can make things easy, because this is something that keeps the kids entertained. And God bless, I have kids, and I knew the hassle just to maintain them. I would get an opportunity to run back to the restaurant, and that was easier for me compared to my wife handling them. So I said, you know what? Let me come up with this idea, my son's idea. So because I gave him a couple of dough, and he would 4 hours is just busy. So I'm like, all right, so others have kids too, and why don't we come up with something we can give them something to do? And then I couldn't come up with the price tag on it, right? How much should I charge or whatever? So I said, you know what? Let me do this. Why don't we come and support us buying a bulk of 5 pizzas minimum, right, or more, and then we can give like a little gift for your kids, and you take home. This way, know who's supporting them, kind of thing, and the kids are happy. Because I feel to control the parents and their wallet, you have to go through the kids, because kids have the most power and where they want to go. And the idea was, I purposely designed one kit and also give them dough balls, so they can stretch. And I know it's tricky. So the other option is, if they like, they can also request for a par bake. So my par bake idea is getting huge success. And then since they don't have to work much and go home on the highest temperature in the oven, whatever it is, put it on anything, because the basic structure is already designed.
Yeah.
And they get the wood fire flavor, and they get the bragging rights that they made the pizza. So great. So that's been God bless, doing pretty well. And more than I was surprised that more than the kids now, I get orders, calling in orders. They're like, you know what? Just sell me the kits from adults, like wannabe pizziolos, practicing at home. And because they love, God bless, we are fortunate enough, they love our sauce, our dough. So that's what they do. And they have they have nothing to do much, right, in the backyard besides grilling. So like, you know what? Let's make pizza. So we're getting a lot of calls in for that. And we've been selling a lot of those par bake kits, or maybe with the dough kits. And so that's been coming along fantastic. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to say, you're talking about like the adults. They said, just give me a regular kit, but you were doing something for the kids. You're like, almost like a Happy Meal toy or something.
Exactly, with a little scarf, because a lot of kids come in, they're like, oh yeah, I want to be the pizziola, because they're like, oh, this is how the pizza maker is, that's the image they have in mind. So I said, you know what, we're gonna toss in one of these famous scarves with you, so you can wear it and take pictures and send me back. So yeah, something cool to do. And the funny thing is, I'll share purposely, when you get 5 pizzas, you get a kit. If you notice, in that particular kit, you just have one scarf. So my team is like, what if somebody is gonna ask for 2? I'm like, no. Then they're gonna buy another 5 pizzas, so they get another kit. And of course, which family just has one kid? Majority has many more, right? So in other words, the crazy thing was, the kids are gonna go home, kind of fight for the scarf like my 2 kids do, and then for the second one, even if they want to buy one scarf, no, you gotta buy the kit. Or it's a
good way to get them, that repeat customers, that loyalty card on.
Totally. So the lady comes in, they're like, oh man, I know what you guys did with the throwing in the scarf. Why didn't I take it? And let me have another kit, please. So this way, instead of coming after 15 days, they just came back next week. Boom, So yeah, and they know what you're doing, and they're happy supporting us. So yeah, that was coming out good.
Well, no, I definitely, I love the fact that you adapted it for kids, and you can use it as a marketing tool to keep people coming back. And you already did, carry out and walk-ins, like right here. But you also started doing curbside pickup, which is it's a necessity anymore. So, how did you implement that? Are you doing any kind of contactless thing? Do you have online ordering? What are some of the things you're doing there?
No, so this is what I'd love to share, buddy. There are so many things I wanted to do, right? And it's so what was happening, frankly, the business, even without all those things, God bless, we were happy to see, right? So it was more like a comfort zone, I guess. For me personally, I wanted challenges. I needed challenges to step up my game, right? So life was beautiful. Business is doing better. Every day is better than yesterday, kind of thing, right? So that's good. So like, for example, we didn't have an online. So of course, I'm a big no guy, no delivery, whatever, right? So we didn't have that site set up at all. So people was just used to come in and enjoy the pizza with us, or maybe take it to go. And we were killing it just with those things. Fine. But now, all of a sudden, because I'm not getting the in-house people, I'm in need to maintain my sales. So I need to come up with different ideas. So yes, Brian. So I actually designed, in fact, by today or tomorrow, I'm gonna come up with that site, which people can just order, no contact whatsoever, online, and they can already pay. For others, it might be like been there, done that, like a basic stuff. But for a wood fire guy, it's a big deal, right? So they're gonna go through it and then place an order. And yesterday we did it first. delivery, run. Now, so wood fire cannot be delivered, right? I understand, right? So my game plan was what I did really quick. I switched my game. I do have a wood fire oven. Then I also invested in an electric oven right away. Boom, 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 right?
Oh wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so no, that's a huge one. I mean, as a, kind of
So now, totally. So I have a Neapolitan style wood fired oven. Then I have an electric oven, which is like a deck oven, right? And so the idea behind that is I switched it because I do understand my wood fires are not designed to travel well, but the deck oven pizzas are. I tweak my dough already for those ones, right? And then the customer doesn't know the difference, but I do, right? So when the pizzas are baked in my deck oven, they hold the energy really well, and the bottoms are better, crispier, kind of like a cousin of New York style, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when people, by the time they reach home, me as the parent of the pizza doesn't have to worry about it. Like the end result, they're gonna eat it maybe after 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, with the read instructions. The end result before they taste it is gonna be better than what my Neapolitan style would give them,
Right.
And also the twisted part was, instead of my pizza, of course they understand and they didn't mind at all, right? So they like the soft pizzas, Neapolitan style. They were trained. But my new people who are just calling in for the first time, they're like, ever, right? For them, I had no introduction period. You know how we do introduction when people walk in, right? I couldn't do that. On the phone, they would just place an order, give me a cheese and pepperoni. Now,
I just want to cut you off real quick. You said the introduction. It's a production to watch these guys. Every new customer that comes in, the staff, it's almost a script, and it's beautiful to watch them present.
Yeah, the idea that was
customers, but you don't have time to do that anymore, right?
No, besides the time, buddy, when am I going to do that, right? Because they aren't even stepping in, and I kind of don't want them to step in, right? It's not that, oh, we have to be healthy. Dude, they have to be healthy too. But we have to sell. So the idea is you stay away, I will stay away, but let me come up with plan B. Like, what second idea I can come up with. So, and my main magic is the communication aspect, right? So they have to know exactly what you're doing because we are super unique. We are different. And I do understand that. Like we're pizzas from all around the world. Who does that, right? And like no changing substitution allowed. They're like, what? Yes, sir. And that's how you're going to be. And many, many unique things we do. So now I had to really come up with a game so I can keep my chef side respected up, right? At the same time, run like right now I'm wearing the businessman's hat. So that's taking the lead right now. So we need to maintain the sales so I can take care of my team. So for that, I did a couple of changes like the electric oven idea. And also, like I was telling you, the new people trying us, and by the time they're trying us, chances for them to love the pizza because they're so familiar with the crispy crust is higher. So my education part for them, I can minimize it. In other words, even if they don't know, they're just trying it, they're gonna love it, right? So because the real idea is the fire, and the wood fire is like a live entertainment. If they don't get to see that, how are they gonna realize what the hard work it takes to design this pizza? But now by the time they get, and I wanted to sale, buddy. I want to be like the safest zone, safest game I can play. They can try without zero communication, and I need the sale, and they're happy with it. So I adopted for it. So God bless, it's coming up. My team is loving it. Team is loving it 100%. And we have like double the amount of production now. They're almost like a factory, pop, 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 So that's coming up good. Yeah.
And it just shows too. I mean, you do have a lot of videos online. You're addressing people there, but you're putting it out there so people can still have the majesty of being able to see how you guys make the pizza. And that's and you guys are very on topic and interactive with your customers. I was amazed by that. I've never seen anything like it. And that's hard to have to lose that through the no contact. But I did want to ask you one question though, because I never thought in a minute that you would add other types of pizzas or get an electric oven. You know what I mean? But are you going to keep those new pizzas afterwards, you think? Are you going to keep that second style?
Oh my God, yeah. So Brian, this is what happened, brother, right? So as I was telling you, I accept that. I was getting into that comfort zone too. And I guess every chef, every business person goes through that phase, right? So, but I did have a lot of urges to come up with plan B. But it's like, why do you reinvent the wheel when God bless it's already killing it? That was there. So I really genuinely feel that this happened like a wake-up call. And this is the funniest thing. You know how you feel, oh, what would you tell yourself, the younger you, And then people say, oh man, I wish if I would have this wisdom now, what would I have done in the beginning, right?
Right.
This is what I felt, brother. Now, my pizza and everything was super gourmet, literally the top 10%, right? And higher level of education. fine. First of all, I was just happy people like my pizza when I first started. And then what, they're paying money for it? Bravo. So that's how we started. So, but that lasted, the top 10%, we reached the peak, God bless, right? Then I was like, hold on, people are loving my pizza. Everything is great. How can I scale it? What is plan B? What do I do it to the next level? How much education can I give my team, right? And they're pretty qualified. They kill it. But how can I expand more? What can I do? So somebody with a lot of wisdom once told me, with your pizzas and everything, whatever you do, let's say it's 100 out of 100, right? So you have to step up your game just a little, not too much, maybe like 95. Drop it down to 95 so you can almost double up your sales. Right. So, and at that time, I felt like, no, I cannot do that, right? So I was kind of fighting with my business guy is fighting with my chef side, right? But now, when this opportunity came in, my chef guy has to calm down, because if I have to earn a living, I have to drop down that 5%. So maybe this is a great opportunity, which I felt for me to restructure everything, like a freebie pass, like a restart card. So I can reset up my business again for the bigger now. With the quality of the pizza, with the gourmet, yes, that's there. But at least I can give a second option for the people who just literally like cheese and pepperoni. As you know, before, my pepperoni pizza was the least selling pizza. We would sell one pepperoni in a day. But people would try the other ones. But what if there's a strong, structured old gentleman? He's like, no, I just eat pepperoni or nothing at all. But I was losing that business. I couldn't, even talk to him. Who are you to tell me, kind of thing. I'm like, fine. For them, I can. So my idea with this deck oven I have, I'll probably design an 18 inches, New York style, Milan style, New York style pizza, which can retain the energy well. And I'm going to push this pizza for delivery. And maybe come up with basic American flavors in it, which is like the New York style cheese, maybe the typical pepperoni, right? And so these pizzas are going to be more like a budget oriented. So the vision I have is, let's say I'm Lexus, right? I'm going on with the Lexus idea. Now I'm introducing Toyota, right? So this way I can cash in on the Toyota crowd too. So but this pizza is like all the soccer practices and everything. When they call us, right? They love our pizza, but they have a smaller budget. When they call us, say, what, 12 pizza this much? Oh my God, right? But I get it.
Yeah, I mean, even like you're saying, those sports teams. I mean, it's like, the kids' sports teams are not gonna want some of your great creations. Don't get me wrong, your pizzas are fantastic, but they're kids. Mentality is cheese and pepperoni too.
Yeah, and they don't even know what truffle oil is. So, things like burratas and things. So for those guys, with love and respect, but I'm losing a like chunk, which initially when I started, I was like stubborn. I was like, no, my way. But now I'm like, you know what? This is the time to be flexible and an opportunity to offer that, right? So maybe in the future, like for example, in Parma, how I competed with the Pizza Impala? I love that, In fact, I rank pretty good too. So I'm like, what? But I cannot serve here because I don't have those ovens here, and I would love to. So that's the idea, buddy. So when we have the challenge, why not present it? And there's a lot of more people who can appreciate that as well. So why not offer them that? So this way I can expand my horizon, and we can grow as a company.
Well, no, and I mean, you said your chef side is fighting with your business side. It's almost the ego versus the common sense. And I mean, I never thought I'd hear these kind of changes from you, but I mean, I respected your business model because you're killing it. But just like you said, it's time to reflect. What would the me today tell the me 5 years ago to look out for and do? And I just wanted to reach out, and this is a whole nother topic of, this is not this interview, but you kill it on Yelp, rated highest in USA Today for pizzerias or something like that. But I mean, you get tons of press because you get so many good reviews. I just wanted to read one here from on the 14th. So, about a couple weeks ago, but it's like, from the first person to greet you to the time you walk out, you'll love this place. Do not be swayed by its size. The pizza is super legit. Expect to spend some time for the pizzas to come out. They make it all from scratch, everything. And then she says she lives in New York and pizza is king there. Nope. This place pretty much blows it away. You can read the rest, but I mean, that's praise from somebody from New York. But now you're adding it's kind of a New York style pizza. So it's that adaptation that you're talking about. And again, like I said, I've always loved what you do, but you were set in ways. And for you to come around and have this idea, this is what this climate is actually making people do. So, I mean, you're doing the curbside service. There was another thing I wanted to touch on too, is that you're doing some deliveries to seniors now. I love that because they're the ones who have to be sequestered, more sequestered. I mean, they can't go out; they're more at risk. I mean, how do you manage that safely? I mean, what steps are you taking to make sure it's a safe delivery to seniors who need pizza? Everybody needs pizza.
Perfect. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to I'm one of those, buddy. But my vision is, you know how there's a saying, oh yeah, you know, if your right hand does something good, like a good deed, like, you know, your left hand shouldn't know. There's somebody's wife said that. Totally, I respect that. I get it. But my inspiration comes in, hey, if you have an idea, you want to do something good. If my right hand wants to do something, I want to involve 10 other right hands. So this way, 11 of them can do it together, kind of thing, right? So how can I inspire others for this good cause, right? And so the idea behind that is getting the love in the heart. And how can I spread the humanity part in people? So my idea was, hey, of course, I don't have delivery guys, but, you know, nothing at all, nobody. And I don't even have the capacity to go and deliver myself. And of course, the liability issue too, right? So my idea was, hey, everybody has one of those neighbors or somebody's seniors who might be stuck somewhere, isolated, and things like that. So if you know somebody, right, at least they have a relationship, at least saying hello, hi to each other, right? So, but if you know somebody, when you're coming to pick up your pizzas, right, let us know about it so we can bake a couple of more for those seniors. So all they have to do is help us deliver it to those people. Now we got the love and blessing, hopefully, you know, and but they knock on the door, they just present the pizzas. So this way there's a neighborhood thing, you know, getting better. And then they of course mention, oh, these pizzas, by the way, are from 786 or whatever. And as far as they could do that, my job is done. So we're getting a lot of calls from people, a lot of emails, and we've been doing a lot of pizzas like that. And I know it's going in the right hand, you know, and yeah, of course, there's a lot of people trying to trick us too. Oh yeah, we need 12 pizza. Have you tried a pizza? No, never.
That's what I wanted to ask. I mean, so these pizzas, these extra senior pizzas that when somebody picks something up, are they free or do they pay? Are they buying them and paying them forward? And how do you monitor that for people who just like, hey, yeah, I got 20 seniors around here. I need 20 pizzas.
Right. Of course, I did get those emails too, right? So, people, first of all, when they come in, the majority of the times, they already are customers, right? They bonded, they love us, and they know us now because we do these crazy things quite often. So they know what we could do, right? And in fact, those are the same people, they say, oh my God, you guys are doing so good. Let me donate money. So in that scenario, it's like, no. The best thing you can do is find other people. Give us the opportunity. And honestly, bro, I really genuinely feel God has given us the power and the capacity to be at this position to even do things like that, right? So I want to do it. I don't want to miss this opportunity. So let us do, the senior pizzas are going to be 100% on us. All they're going to help us is to deliver it to them. Now, the idea behind, you know how you said was safety, delivery, and all that good stuff? The idea was, now since they know those people, they're doing no contact. They're just leaving it on the doorstep with a little note, you know, and then they're picking it up. And then how do I know? I get calls in. I've been getting cards in, buddy, like a handwritten card. Like, oh, thank you so much for, in fact, it might be lying around the way. Oh, hold on one second.
And there he goes, folks.
I'm back.
And he's back. All right, there we go. Oh, nice. Okay. Here, hold on a sec. Go ahead and hold that up to the camera, brother.
Yeah. This is boom. So this is the magic and the blessing. So of course, now you can imagine it's actually on this card. It's not even an email. So you can imagine this, the age of the senior probably, right? So they're literally writing a beautiful note, and this particular card had $20 in it. So the idea behind that is just the thoughtfulness. It says, thank you so much for the pizza. It was fantastic. And the beauty of this is your thoughtfulness of thinking about senior citizen. God bless you. So this itself made magic happen. My team was so happy. And so that's the idea about it. So it touches people's heart, and we need all the blessing power and the prayers to get over this. And yeah, so
I mean,
it's not making money, at least make some, love out of it, like blessings.
Yeah. Well, pay it forward, create that, generate that goodwill in the community. And actually, we're going to be talking with Alina Takova tomorrow from Dodo Pizza here in Oxford. But she's doing something similar too. They were doing free deliveries for seniors. But she also started a restaurant relief fund. So that's going to be at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time if we can go live. I'm really about ready to punch Facebook right in its Facebook. But yeah, so I mean, that's definitely great. I mean, in fact, even today, I just had a bottle of wine from my across the street neighbor. I went over there to ask her about what time trash delivery was, or the trash pickup was when I first moved into this house I bought. And she said, come in. And I spent 2 hours with her, and she shared a bottle of wine. So I had a bottle of wine. I disinfected it with, sanitary wipes. And then I actually put on my chef gloves, the black gloves, and walked it over to her. And then we did the elbow fist elbow bump at the end. Stay safe. But I just want to see how she was doing. But it's just generating that goodwill. Let them know that you're thinking about them, and then
that you're there for
do
them.
that with many people. It will also exponentially grow. Just like the whole situation right now. Love is just as powerful like that. So
Absolutely. And I really feel, but this is what I felt out of this happening, right? We needed this. What does that mean? I mean, God forbid, not Corona part, but this love in people's heart, like resetting, right? So I feel like every 7-8 years this happens, and then it happened 7 years back, and I got an opportunity. Like when I stepped in, I was more scared of a conveyor belt, how I'd make a pizza in it, than a wood fire. So because that's the only thing I learned, only thing I knew, and that's what made us marry. So probably I felt I was one of the first ones to jump into it. That's why I learned so much out of it. So that was the chance. Now, again, I guess the world is giving us a reset opportunity, and even with the employees. So I felt all the entitled employee generation, right? They're realizing, oh my God, this could happen. And we have to humble ourselves, right? And especially California going all nuts with like $14, $15, $16 an hour. For what? Rolling a ball? Yes, sir. So that's how strict it becomes. Now, all of a sudden, I feel, especially for us small business, the best part of that is we're getting a lot of love. And now all of a sudden, people are noticing us. They're like, hold on, these guys are not all that $1 million. They want to make, like, buy up the bill. I don't know. People assume you have a business, you're dirty rich, right? So that negativity, is gone away. Slowly it's going away. And now they realize, hey, guess what? At the end of the day, these are the same people who are supporting the community. So in fact, they were not that evil anyways. So if I'm working for so-and-so person, in fact, they see, like, for example, my team, probably they see that, oh my God, this guy is working extra hard just to survival mode. Just even one day the pay wasn't cut. Why? Where does it come from? And now they're realizing, that, oh my God, this is where the energy goes. And I feel all of a sudden they're stepping up their own game to give back. The best thing they can do, they give back. And now they're looking at the leader with a different view. It's not that, oh, this guy has all the money and we don't get anything. No, this is the time. So the idea is, and also you realize who are your real friends in a way and who are not, right? When the time bad happens, who is close to you, who wants to support you. And this way, at the end of all this, the real leaders will survive.
Well, and that's, I was kind of thinking what you said. I mean, and there's no shame in an employee not feeling safe and wanting to go home, but there are some who would just jump ship who really didn't care. And then the ones that do stay, not to say that, somebody felt they had to go home and stay home. The ones that do stay, you're kind of bringing them up because they see what you're doing. You are the face of your business. And the communities are starting to see that now too, which I think is great. So, I mean, again, it's just being out there, having your message, knowing your brand, and just generating that goodwill. And that's what I'm seeing a lot from all the independents right now. Like Pizza Hut's probably not going to get too hurt by this. All these big companies, all those guys, it's a little dent for, a couple years in their stock funds or whatever. But it's these guys right here. Lost your video again, but it's you guys right here, the independents that, you grassroots, you got to stay alive. And you guys are doing more than the bigger guys. And so it's just brings me to tears. I'm going to cry if I don't stop talking about it. But it is a marketing tool. And that's you're great at marketing. And you don't want to be opportunistic right now, but you still have to make some money. So, I mean, you're staying present on Facebook, keeping that social presence alive. But I mean, there's something I just wrote down. This is all I had in my notes is pizza is celebrating 2 exclamation points. Be happy. That's something you told me the other day. I wrote that down. I mean, expand on that.
Yeah, but so I really feel it's so crazy. One of my accountant guy called me, right? So of course, accountant, right? Fine. He called me. He said, Ali, how you doing? So I'm like, yeah, dude, hanging in there. I'm trying to make magic happen. It's like, oh, but you were way different on your videos. I'm like, that's the point. Okay, so what that? Everybody has. Of course, you're human. You go up and down, right? Of course. So the idea behind that is, buddy, I want to show my best, happier zone on the videos. Why? What's the reason behind it? Because everywhere they go, every time they watch TV, it's sadness everywhere. And I know that for a fact. That's the fact. What can we do about it? But the idea is, whenever people think about pizza equals to happens. You get it? So nobody's like, oh my God, so-and-so, somebody's dog died. Let's order pizza. That never happens. So the idea is that if they think about pizza, you are the face of happiness. And okay, now my business side tells me, okay, now everybody's sad equals to everybody needs pizza. Get it? Why? Because they need happiness. So if I have that calculation in my mind. So every time I present them, you know what? If this guy's so chirpy, this guy's so excited, this guy's so happy, we need to be close to him, because all the neighborhood, everywhere, there's sadness everywhere. So so that's the idea, buddy. And by doing that, it's not like God forbid, it's faking. No, it's just, you know, whatever happy things happen in your day, you're just sharing with them. That's it. You're just smiling. So when they see that, even if I could make them 10% happier, my job is done. You know, or make them forget that whatever is happening, you know, and get them some reality. Yeah, my job is done. That's what's up.
Well, no, I mean, like you said, that's the ROI right there. You know, you make people happy, they want to celebrate, they bring pizza. It's just that comfort zone that everybody has right now. And I always say I hate using the term that pizza is recession proof, but it is a very versatile meal and it can feed a whole family. So it does tend to fare better in like recessions and times like this, you know. People want pizza. That's the comfort food, you know. That's where they want to stay feeling normal. It's a sense of normalcy, and that's what you're trying to project too. I did want to ask you real quick. You were talking about incorporating delivery now that you might be doing the New York styles. You're going to keep the New York styles. What kind of steps are you taking into looking? I mean, if somebody doesn't do delivery, maybe some tips that you've learned right now, and as far as incorporating that.
Okay, cool. Fine. You know how, of course, my pizza friends, everybody, they try delivery, and I'm probably the last guy to get into it, right? But sometimes I feel like I got lucky that way, because I saw all the good things they experienced and you know, the things which didn't help them. So I have like the guidebook. So this is what I'm doing, guys, right? So for now, even still for me, I'm using Square. Now, Square just launched literally about 6 days back, or maybe 7. They just launched this free website. So so they can promote your pickup, you know. In other words, you just go up there. If you use Square, it's connected with it. So, and then you can just design this website. And on the back end, what I'm doing, so I was totally against the commission, because I thought about what is the problem of people having the delivery, right? It's great, you know, you don't have to employ people, they can deliver. The problem was the commission part, right? And it kind of takes away the sales. So in my scenario, what I said, what if I come up with an idea, there's no commission cutoff, right? So what can we do? Now, of course, the more I research, the more I'm going to find. And so I research as much as possible. Of course, these things are not going to be advertised. Now, out of everybody, till now, with my research, Postmates do have 2 things. First of all, they have a service just like Uber Eats and all the people. Like, hey, they have a website, they have your pizza, people go there, they pay them. Like Uber Eats gets the money first, and then they charge the customer, and Uber Eats gets you the order. You give the order to Uber Eats driver, and they deliver, and then you get your money back with the 30% or whatever cutoff. And plus the delivery charge they charge you. Fine. But Postmates has another service called on-demand delivery, or just there's a crazy name to it. Hold on, service on delivery, something like that they call it. It's very hard to find it online too. It's tricky. There's not much advertisement for it. What this particular service is, it's not really only for food. No, it's, imagine this. Let's say you're a lawyer, right? You have something really important documents. You have to send it to somebody. Then you get this service. So the driver just comes up to you. It doesn't matter what you have. You might even help deliver like a small couch or a bicycle or pizza or whatever. But they charge you a premium price, which could be in 3-mile radius in the LA area. It depends on different area. Ohio might be large because, you know, the houses are far away. But LA, where it's so busy, it's going to be maybe anything between $7 to $10. So my idea was, hey, you know what? I'm happy to pay that $7 to $10, but don't touch my commission. Charge me the commission. If it's $100 bill of like a bunch of pizzas and you're going to get $30 out of me, no, sorry. But so in that scenario, it's a fixed price. It could be 10 pizza or 1 pizza or 30 pizzas. They're just going to charge me the flat fee. So this I learned. Shout out to my buddy from Square Pizza in San Diego. He did that. So he gave me the idea that I could do that as well. So the idea is, buddy, let's say people order pizza, which I tested yesterday. It comes in on your computer, right? On my Square POS. And then the only labor part is I have to punch in the address on the Postmate website for this on-demand delivery. I say my pizza is ready, click, the driver came in, I hand him over, and you can track the driver, he delivers. Now they are going to charge me, first 2 weeks is free actually. They're going to charge me maybe $7. Now what I had done on my website, it already had a service fee of delivery, $10. 2 reasons. I know it's really high, but guess what? It's only designed for people who are genuinely stuck or who cannot come out, or in other words, who can afford it, right? And
Right.
who has no way out. For example, it has two options. Either you want curbside, which is no charge whatsoever. They don't have to even talk to anybody. They place an order. Boom, I get the ticket. My guys make the pizzas, and on exactly it's 7:30 p.m. we go out. He's there. Boom, we deliver. That's it. That's free. The second option is they want delivered. They have no other means to get the pizza for them. Then they can pay that $10, right? And we can get it to them. So this way, my total cost for that delivery was $10. But guess who paid for that? That customer. So the customer is already paying for it. On a $100 bill, they paid 110, right? So I took it from the customer on the back end on the Postmates over here. I took that $10 and gave it to them. Now the guesswork is, I don't know, it could be $7 for that particular delivery according to distance, could be 15. I took the bullet of $5. Fine, but at least I have this $10 average coming in. This way, at least nobody can touch the commission part. And initially I wanted to test this, but eventually, hopefully, if I have a couple of guys who are happy, I find the right people to deliver in my 3 miles, 4 mile radius, then we even save that. So this $10 can directly go to that guy, you know, my delivery guy. So that is what I've visioned idea. It's still experimental, and maybe I can update you later how it works. But till now, I have a very positive feeling about what we can do with it. Yeah.
No, absolutely. I mean, I was just wondering if you were going to stay with third party or you're actually going to hire delivery staff, because, again, as that post even said, it's a very humble location. You know, but the quality you're putting out from there is great. So, I mean, if they're deliveries, there's not a lot of room for delivery staff to wait around for deliveries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, there's not a whole lot of room for people to not be in the way of the production of the kitchen. So, yeah, I definitely want to touch back with you. We're going to keep these live updates going on past this when we can talk about good stuff, fun stuff, you know, innovations that are coming up. But I mean, this is changing, as you said. I'm trying to talk with people. It's changing a lot of people's mentalities, and I'm just wondering, with some of these changes that they're having to make right now that they've been forced to make, if they're going to keep them in the future. Such as, you know, well, we didn't ever did curbside, but hey, we've started it. We know how to do it. Might as well keep it. That's another revenue stream right there. You know, like you were saying, you're missing out on the New York, the cheese and pepperoni crowd.
Yeah, cheese and pepperoni card, delivery card. Now, this is what happened. I feel, you know, we got the free pass, especially like a person like me, right? So this is the free pass. Why wasn't I changing? Because check this out, buddy. We work, of course, everybody works really hard. So I made something, right? So the hesitation, like, oh my God, we already made it. We're already doing good. Why break this, right? It's a scarcity. Why introduce delivery? And the next thing you know, people are complaining about cold pizza, blah, blah, blah. So I was scared of, I mean, you know, I was not happy with the complaining aspect, right?
Yeah.
So now the free passes, who's going to complain? In fact, we're getting calls, people thanking, oh my God, thank you for just being open now, right? So this is like for next couple of months, I get this free pass before people started, because they're just happy they can get the pizzas delivered, like to them, right? So I feel the complaining nature is kind of going down. And if I have an opportunity to experiment any new ideas I had ever, this is the time. So just test it. It could work. It couldn't work, right? But no, chances are, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm just saying, I absolutely love that. It's the free pass idea. This is the time to test those crazy ideas that you thought were insane.
Cash it in.
But
and
everybody's adjusting and adapting right now, so they'd be more willing to accept it.
Yeah, and on the back end too, buddy. Of course, what we do with the community and everything. Yes. So what the way I feel it emotionally, people are loving us. That's good, and it's not. I call it haram. No, it's genuine, right? So great, you're doing a good job, great. But on the other end, you want all those complaining people, some Yelps and all those guys, right? They can calm down, because now what will happen, guys? Check this out. This is the best part, I feel, is because this is the time for us small businesses to shine, especially food business. Now, all those complaining people, if we get one bad review, you know what's happening on the comment section? Everybody are jumping on it. Like, what are you talking about? These guys are so good, blah, 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 blah. Because
instead of jumping on the negative, they're jumping in to defend you, right?
Yes, sir. Because they're like, come on, they're just open, get a life, yo. So nobody will do that ever, because everybody's so busy, you know? But now I felt like they're kind of defending it. They're happy with you because they realize, oh my God, they just fed my neighbor almost my grandfather's age, you know? And of course I have to support them. And also, guys, I feel this time, and since everybody's home, maybe that's the reason your Facebook isn't working good, because everybody's online.
That's what I was thinking. It's just
yep, this is the time to switch. Yep, we like it or don't like it, jump in it. And all these ideas I had in mind, I'm like, this is the time, buddy. Let me tell you something funny. The last 3 weeks, my own personally, if I have to grade myself, the most productive I've been in the last year and a half, in the last 3 weeks. And like ideas coming up, second day planning, in the evening implementing, getting the result in the next 3 days. Ka-ching, move, next. So we got to do that, bud. So I'm taking advantage of whatever possible. And of course, with the safety and everything for me, my family, my team, everybody involved. And of course, it does affect the business and all that, but instead of 2 options, either cry or climb up the ladder. So I'm choosing the other, and I'm happy with the progress we have done, and I'm super excited because this thing has to go. It will go. So are we ready for it when it goes away? And we will get an opportunity for sure to gain everything we lost back. So I'm just preparing myself with getting double up ovens, getting my team ready, and what works, what doesn't work. And when it blows up, people will come out to celebrate. They will order a lot of pizzas. Are we ready to deliver? That's what I'm ready for. So in fact, now this is the crazy part. I'm probably planning maybe this week or next week, I might even raise my prices. So people are like,
okay,
what? Well, yes, sir.
Well, no, that was another question that I've been thinking about. I mean, everybody's talking about the stability and normalcy. And you know, it's not like price gouging, but I mean, some people might have to do that. And the other question I did have was, I mean, between your 2 locations, did you have to let anybody go, or if people kind of decided they needed to stay home? Because if you have to let people go, then you know you're saving costs there. But if you're keeping everybody, then you might need to raise the prices if business goes down a little bit.
Right. Now, when I say raise the price, I already was planning to raise the price, but I didn't get the right opportunity to do that, right? So it was like, in other words, my new menus and everything are ready to go. I just have to introduce them. But I couldn't. And something or the other kept on coming in, which I was like, you know, honestly, I was hoping my Pasadena kind of picks up the game. That's when I would do it together because I want to keep the same prices, right? But with this opportunity coming in, with the online thing happening, I guess this would be worth it. Now, with my team, no. I mean, me personally, for us, no. Unless until, I'll call them floaters, you know? Like you have some people in mind, they kind of floaters, they're just there to cover up the hour, you know, get the money and go bye-bye. So those people themselves, you know, went away, right? Fine. So all my A team is with me. And those are the A team. It's like, hey, if you feel not well, don't even worry about the day. Just be home. In fact, that's going to be grateful. And any bills or anything we have, I'll take care of it. So when I'm giving them that freedom, that they don't have to worry about this is not the time to earn money. This is just the time to survive, right? So if you give survival mode, I'm going to give you survival mode. I guarantee your job is with you. So don't even worry about it, you know? So, and once they get that confidence and they see it affects the sales or how much work we're doing, and they see that. So they want to put in all the love, whatever possible. And another thing I did, I said, hey, if you're part of a team, and even though, let's say for the next 2 days, you're not working, we couldn't schedule you, but you're part of the team, your meals are on us. So in fact, I'm very strict about it. I don't want my team to waste money outside. So it could be $10 even, fine. You know, 10 in the morning, 10 in the evening. Why are you spending your $20, yo? Right? So save it. Come back over here. Come in the kitchen. You know the rules. You know, prepare something yourself, whatever you have, or make a pizza yourself. You know, tell one of the guys. In other words, save. So if they save, because I know the same team, they're going to spend it out and then come back to me looking for money. Like, oh, I don't have enough. Because it's not what you earning, it's how you're spending. So it's one of those learning experience too. So I have to train them how to use their own money.
True. And I mean, that's a great way to do it. And it's, I mean, it just the phrase comes to mind that the cream floats to the top. So if those people kind of abandoned ship, you know, those would have been the high turnover anyway, but you've got the quality employees who are still there. And like you said, if they feel insecure about, you know, being there just for their safety, you're not going to fault them for that, and you're helping them out anyway. So it's, I mean, just supporting your staff because they support you. Without them, you've got nothing. You got a big building with a you know, a lot of wood and an oven, and nobody's making pizzas. But I did want to ask you about one thing. Are you have you found yourself kind of, instead of making pizzas and taking it home, or you know, getting a bunch of groceries and cooking at home, are you eating at other local restaurants, or you know, getting to-go orders from there to kind of support the other people in the community? Or have you found that other people are doing that at your location as well?
Yeah. And what happens with me with the halal stuff, right? There are not many people I can go and support, kind of, you know. But I know couples. So whenever I'm going there, it's so funny, but because the business owner and me, we both look into eyes. It's like both, you know, we understand each other's pain. So without asking, you know, yep, I that's why I'm here. So, you know, let me just pick it up. They're like, sure. And the next thing you know, they're coming and supporting, and it's part of the journey. So as far as they're open, they're settled, how they're doing, and they're healthy, and that's what it cares. Because this has to go. You know, it
Yeah.
happens. The tsunami has to go, and once it goes, how ready we are. And as far as God bless everybody's safe, yeah, be good too. So I'm making a point. Be a foodie. My family is a foodie. My kids are. They love food, and they want to go to Cheesecake Factory. What can I tell them? You know, it's like, no, they have a particular pasta there. I'm like, sucks. I mean, they love it. They're like, Baba, we want to go there and eat it. I'm like, all right, man. Well, how about I make it? Like, no, been there, done that. You keep on experimenting stuff. So,
Well, it's like you said, even too, you know, with the children, that was another thing that I didn't think about until I think it was last week. Is that now, what do you do with your children now that a lot of schools are closing down? Obviously keep them entertained, but I mean, you know, I felt bad because Mike Doniker of Dunja Chat Experts I talked to yesterday, he's out in Henderson, Nevada, which is where my grandmother lived, and I went there for 30 years. And I asked him, I said, "Hey, go by her house and take a picture so I can know it's still there." And they had his park on the other side. It was always across the street, and it was terrible because I heard his daughter in the car. She's like, "But I want to go to the park." He's like, "No, we'll come back." I mean, that's the worst thing. So if you can like keep the kids entertained with pizza and stuff like that, I think that's great with the pizza kids. It's a new normal that we're gonna have to get used to for a little bit, and hopefully it's not the new normal forever. But I think it's going to change a lot of people's minds and adjust attitudes. And, you know, actually, I think, like you said, this is that reset button where you have a chance to try that stuff that was crazy in your mind, because there's that level of forgiveness in that right now. You know,
oh, yeah, totally. And we needed that because all of a sudden, just because you have a business, people have just like, for example, the sleazy salesman, you know, the car salesman. No, you know. So sadly, like the lawyer impression, attorneys, you know, these guys are like, you know, they steal money off of people or something. So there's a negative connotation to it. So now it's getting better. Oh, we needed that, buddy. And I guess it's going to stick, because then they're going to be like, oh, small businesses are the one who actually built up, and all those things. People are reading books all of a sudden because they're home. They're realizing where the money rolls, why it's so important, which is true. But God bless, we have about, not many compared to many of my buddies here, but maybe like 12, 15 people. And if getting all the income rolling in, it's a big deal, you know? And some of them, even in the family, for example, they work at commercial offices or whatever, they're home. They have nothing to do, right? So, but these are the only source of income they're getting. So really, that's when I say, I really feel blessed that I'm at that position that I can at least even with delivery or whatever ideas I can come up with, support them. This is no time to, let's say, make money. Even if you can just survive, at the end, you're the winner, big winner. So.
Well, I mean, it brings me back to just my last point before I you know, get your final thoughts. But don't be opportunistic, but don't not be opportunistic at the fault or just don't put yourself in danger for that. Don't try to make money. Don't be greedy, but you know, you still have to keep the lights on. You still have to feed your family, you feed your employees and stuff like that. So that's what I love about you guys. And like you said, it's going to change the view of these small independents, is that we're the ones, or you guys are the ones who are propping up everybody in these dark times right now. So, I always love talking with you. You know, we always converse for so long. I'm going to wrap this one up here, but you're very well spoken. You know, you have a point and you like to get it out there. Is there one last final thought for the industry and that you want to give to them? And then where can they reach you and find you on social media? I know you're pretty much everywhere, but you know, give me those addresses too. So
Facebook, 786 degrees. Facebook is the best way, or, you know, just call me. You know, majority of the people know me already. Just get to me, whatever. If I don't have much knowledge, guys, really, but whatever I do, I know it's going to kill it. So if I'm, you know, that's what I say. I don't have much, but whatever I have, I know it's going to make magic happen. So I'm serious about it. Otherwise, I won't say. But last thought, we can get this done, guys. You know, just take care of the family, be safe, and together we can make it happen. And we have always done, right? So, like, guess what, guys? And who am I to tell you? Because 6 years back, I was not even here. So my business made me a chef. I could wear this scarf, and made me whoever I am today. And cool people like Brian want to talk to me. Like, really? That's what's up. So yes, no. we can pass through this you know, what you call tsunami as well, and we'll be strong. Just be in it. And of course, I've been calling so many people, and all those people, thank you so much. And just out of nowhere, it's like, hey, buddy, I need this help. Tell me, what can I do about it? And they're like, oh, sure, you know, on the spot. So this is the beauty of our community. You know, the all the Piziolos, all the business people, and the brotherhood is unbelievable. So I'm very blessed and happy to be in this field, and to maybe have the opportunity to even offer something. Even if anybody can learn a little bit out of what we spoke today, makes me happy. Super.
Absolutely. I mean, you nailed it on the head. Stay positive, but feel free to reach out. Anybody in the pizza industry, honestly, it's so. We are lucky enough with the U.S. Pizza team that we can call everybody. You all have questions. If anybody says they've got this whole thing figured out, they're full of crap, because nobody does. So, but then you also have information that other people need. So be available, but also be, available to reach out to people, if you need some help. And you can always reach out to me at brian@pmq.com. If you have a question, I can forward you to somebody that I probably know that would have the answer. So, and Ali, anybody in the U.S. Pizza team, we're all available any time of day. So trust me, I know the chat goes on all night. I have to mute it at night so I can sleep. But Ali, thank you so much for your time today. I did want to, again, one more time say that we're going to talk with Alina Takova tomorrow again, and she's going to expand about free deliveries for seniors as well, which Ali's also doing. But creating the restaurant relief fund, a fund, and also a pantry where restaurant people can come in and get supplies that they need. So again, this is bringing out the best in our community. Not that it already wasn't the best. So Ali, thank you so much, brother. It's always a great time talking with you.
Absolutely, guys.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. Tune in, keep tuning in. Stay safe and stay sane.